Mm.
Mint chocolate. Crispin. Being creamy. Irresistibly one of a kind. Irresistibly.
Labo bona babhora-ke lapho. Too slow. Ceda la basitshela ukuthi they are taking things serious.
We can assist them in ensuring that the risk is mitigated, because some of the risks that we have witnessed actually are detrimental to the business continuity of municipalities. The provincial government has introduced the risk-adjusted strategy to expedite spending of infrastructure grants, because we've identified that many municipalities were returning funds back to national fiscus. In the first 2 years of our implementation of the risk-adjusted strategy, we've seen consistent good performance and funds not being returned to national fiscus. In the last financial year, on municipal infrastructure grant, this province has spent about 99% of the municipal infrastructure grant. On INEP, the Eastern Cape has spent 94%. On WISIG, we have spent 100%, and on the regional infrastructure grant, we have spent 92%. All these efforts are meant to extend services to our communities who are suffering huge infrastructure backlogs. Municipalities continue to be owed by residents. All our municipalities are owed about 42 billion by residents, which includes businesses. And ESCOM debt from municipalities amounts to 5 billion. This is the reason some of our municipalities continue to have unfunded budgets. It is due to some of them being owed large amounts of money by the residents. Honorable Chair, on irregular expenditure, we have developed a strategy where Treasury and COCTA actually work on unbundling all irregular expenditure, especially in all these Category B municipalities, because our irregular expenditure there is manageable and can be dealt with. So we worked to unbundle it so that we know what part of that irregular expenditure must be sent through to council for approval and which part there must be implementation of consequence management. Disaster continues to be a nemesis of our province. Due to climate change and the lack of climate change disaster reduction plans in many of our municipalities, this exposes communities, especially those that are poverty-stricken, are exposed to the negative consequences and impact of disasters. And so we are working on a provincial plan to ensure that all municipalities have disaster plans. As I learned, Chair, the provincial government resolved that only competent managers must be appointed in senior management positions in all our municipalities. This This and we are encouraged that the courts are in agreement with our position, because many high courts have agreed with us that no one who does not possess a competent level of competency is appointable in local government. And as such, our municipalities, some are trying to obviate or avert compliance with this decision, but they are doing so to their own detriment, and there are consequences for non-compliance with such. And Chair, we are really encouraged as a provincial government that the work we are doing together today is going to ensure that accountability is real. It is not acceptable that our communities continue to confront poor performing municipalities, irregular expenditure. It is continue to confront poor performing municipalities, irregular expenditure. Our systematic support must follow this oversight visit committee so that all the challenges that have been identified are dealt with in order to ensure that municipalities perform better. We will continue to provide technical, financial, and managerial support to all those distressed municipalities. And it is our view that effective leadership and stability are non-negotiable above politics. That understands that trust is earned by performance, not promises. Our mayors, our municipal managers, our councillors must lead municipalities with integrity, build functional oversight systems, discipline when necessary, and ensure that there's compliance with the law. Our communities must be necessary and ensure that there's compliance with the law. Our communities must lead municipalities with integrity, build functional oversight systems, discipline when necessary, and ensure that there's compliance with the law. Our communities must public participation and transparency. Community grievances must be dealt with swiftly, and we must ensure that sewer spillages, potholes, landfill sites, looking at in a negative light, and it is upon us to improve their lives, to ensure that municipalities report back to communities and have clear turnaround plans to implement all the service delivery targets that have been agreed to annually, and to ensure that consequence management is not just rhetorical, but is operational, transparent, and firm. Let us work tirelessly to restore the dignity and basic rights of our people: water and sanitation, electricity, and a safe environment. I hope, Chair, the nitty-gritties of our report will be coming out of the presentation we are still going. Will be coming out of the presentation we are still going. There is a presentation by Cocta which is going to. There is a presentation by Cocta which is going to. I was just touching on few issues that we've looked at the level of the executive. Thank you very much.
Thank you, MEC. Since you've indicated that this one was your overview or opening remark, can you please now take us along on the presentation from Cocta? Thank you. Yes, Sherwin, can you please assist? While we're waiting for our support staff to assist us in flagging the presentation, I believe that you can continue with the presentation because we do have it as members. I don't know if the provincial legislature, do you have that presentation or can we share it with you? Do you have that presentation or can we share it with you while we're Yeah, we're waiting for our support staff so that they can flag it. But I'm saying in the meanwhile, to save time, the province can continue with the presentations. Then we will circulate that presentation via WhatsApp so that you can all have it. And the Sherry. Good morning, Honorable Chairperson, the MECs, all protocol observed. I will take you through the presentation that's supposed to all protocol observed. I will take you through the presentation that's supposed to be the MEC on the state of municipalities. I won't take long, Chair. I will just touch base on the issues. In the manner in which we've prepared the presentation, we've looked at the various pillars: political stability in these councils, your administrative governance issues, your financial issues, but I won't dwell much on finances, noting that related to service delivery. And we just want to indicate that municipalities have, especially in respect of the intergovernmental debts, the debt that is owed by municipalities to ESCOM. We have a program that, as a province, we've engaged on, the Municipal Debt Relief Program, where most of our municipalities that are owing ESCOM have entered into that agreement. We're indicating that out of these 7 approved municipalities, because there were 10 defaulting municipalities, 7 entered into that municipal debt relief. There are 3 municipalities you will try.
My apologies, Mayor, for interjecting. You have 10 minutes for the presentation.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. We would like to indicate, Honorable Chair, that those that have entered into that agreement, there are those that are performing well, that are complying to the regulations or to the prescripts, and to an extent that we are proudly indicating that Amahlati and Raymond Mhlaba, because they've been consistently paying their debt and they have been given a write-off of 1/3 of what they owed at the beginning of the whole agreement. We had support that was provided to these municipalities. Makana, we do have a slide that outlines all kinds of support, and the MEC has already indicated that there's, jointly with National Copter, there's a team inclusive of engineers that we've sent to, because mainly in Makana, the issues there are related to service delivery, especially water and sanitation program. So we've sent out engineers and other specialists on financial management that will be looking on those. We've got quite a series of support that we've rendered. Earlier on, there was a mention of Isandi's River Valley. We supported Isandi because it's been getting disclaimed opinion for consecutive years, I think 5 and above consecutive years. We've sent out our CFO from the department currently to assist the municipality in terms of looking on audit implementation improvement. We've also sent out a team that assisted Ikokama in as far as preparation of the annual financial statement. That municipality is struggling in terms of recruiting qualified people. It's remote, its salaries are poor, and as a result, there's no capacity in terms of doing that. We've just recently appointed a CFO there, but our team from the department was there. We still have to send experts in as far as supply chain and other areas to support in Nelson Mandela jointly with the National Court. We've sent a team to PCM to support PCM. The RMO is part of the team that is here that is going to be supporting PCM on a range of issues, water-related, finance-related, and many other areas. I will just zoom in to just give you briefly political stability, governance, administration, finance, and service delivery in PCM. PCM, in terms of the political, the council itself, we can roughly say the council is stable in as far as that the council does it, but the problem with the council is the fact that the decisions that are taken, it takes too long for the council to take a decision. If councils are too long, there are issues in terms of debates and debate management in the council, to an extent that at times some issues cannot be addressed in full. Financial management, there is a huge total gross debt of the municipality seated at about 9.2 billion. The municipality has got an irregular expenditure to the tune of 10 billion and above. And in as far as grant expenditure, we're not quite happy with the grant expenditure, especially your disaster management grant. The expenditure in terms of the percentages is a bit low. Coming to Nelson Mandela, you will understand that the council is a coalition government, or we have a coalition government. So in terms of taking decisions, it's a known fact that it's not very quick, it's not very easy, as there are different interests in the council. But what we can indicate is that the municipality, in terms of the grant expenditure, is not performing very well, especially when it comes to your disaster management grant. And administratively, not all positions have been filled. Currently, we know that we have an MF that is under suspension. We've just supported the municipality in the recruitment of your COO, but there are also other critical vacancies that the municipality has not yet filled in as far as the administration is concerned. The municipality is currently considering a review of the organogram, noting that there's a new regulation or new issue of the municipal trade services. So the review of the organogram is very crucial so as to take care of that. But generally, in as far as finances are concerned, which is a general issue, municipalities are owed by residents huge sums of money, but the municipality has introduced or has embarked on its credit policy, in terms of cutting, in terms of following up those who are supposed to be paying, especially the businesses who are also culprits in as far as that is concerned. Then coming to Alfredo, it's a district, it's a water, it's a WSA municipality. We had a challenge there of a municipal manager that was on suspension, but he has since won the case and is back to court. They are recruiting a CFO. There's a vacancy of a CEO. There's a challenge of a corporate service director who has challenged the position. And in as far as the administration is concerned, that is the status quo. We are saying that the municipality has got an expenditure to the tune of 217 million, which has been reported as fruitless and wasteful expenditure, but it does have a funded budget. And in as far as the challenges are concerned, there are issues of vandalism and non-completion of the project. The expenditure to date, when you're looking at MIC, it's seated at 100%, but there's a problem of infrastructure planning, vandalism, and huge infrastructure backlogs in as far as Alfred. So looking at, we are not yet pleased in as far as the progress of the implementation of the FRP. They've got a financial management system which is giving them problems, and as a result, at times when we're looking at the financial report, it's very difficult for them to report when they are transacting on that system. There's an issue there of standardization or a huge salary bill, and there's a Makanda judgment in as far as the standardization that was the all wrong grading of the employees of the municipality. It's taking too long to implement that Makanda judgment. The municipality is having challenges in as far as the water provision. You would recall, honorable members, that it's a WSA, and all municipalities in Amatole, in as far as water and sanitation provision is concerned, they're depending on the municipality, and the municipality is not doing well in as far as that is concerned. Politically and governance, the council is stable, sitting as per schedule, taking the resolutions, but the problem is on the side of the administration is in as far as implementing even the activities of the financial recovery plan. Thus far, the municipality is still under rest. We have not yet taken it out because it's not progressing well. It's still distressed financially. I'll give a summary on Crisani. Crisani is a district, politically or looking at the governance, the council is stable, taking resolutions, sitting at prescribed time. The challenges with the Crisani are related to water provision. Again, it's a WSA, and all the municipalities depend on Crisani in as far as water is concerned. The only vacancy that is there is the position of a chief financial officer who has that just left, and it has not been. It's a qualified audit opinion. It does have a funded budget. The revenue collection of the municipality is 34%. Across the municipality members, the revenue collection is not a good one, especially the residents. They're owing municipalities huge sums of money. As a department, we've been encouraging the councils to, especially the ward councillors, to have a strategy to engage the communities in as far as payment. You? Good then. All right. Okay, fine. Okay, Chair. I think it's wrong, that thing. In Temba, also, it's a WSA under Sarah Bartman. Sorry, it's owned by Temba. Yes, it's under Crisani, still depending on the municipality. There have been investigations that have been happening there, struggling in as far as road networks. There are big trucks that are carrying manganese passing through that municipality, and it's a problem. The road infrastructure in that municipality is damaged by those trucks, and there is something that needs to be done. We do engage provincial transport and also Usandra in as far as supporting that municipality. It cannot be correct, given the limited MIG, that it has to bear the consequences of those huge trucks that are passing that municipality. Emalahleni It's a local municipality under Ikrisani, has been having MM who has been vacant in the municipality to the extent that the council has decided to suspend, to put the MM on suspension. It's a recent municipality that has one of its councillors, the whip, that has been who has been who has passed on, been assassinated, but in terms of audit opinion, it has got 2 consecutive qualified audit opinion. Employee costs is at the tune of 37%, and it's progressing well in as far as grant expenditure make 100%. In Ngoba Temba also, I think I've touched on Ngoba Temba. Dr. A.P. Kluma is a municipality under Krisani, 100% meet expenditure, stable politically.
The fact that we are you don't have time. So try and summarize the district and go to the other district.
Let
so
me
that
summarize.
because we are coming to the Ministry of Finance now.
Okay. Summarize it, Jokabi is Walter Sisulu, the one that is under 1395, is doing well as for the history of having been amalgamated or a product of the amalgamation, the challenges that are there are a history of that. Our Tambo is one municipality as a district together with this local. Our Tambo is one municipality as a district that is doing fairly well. It's an example that we can replicate in the province in as far as financial recovery plan. They are doing well. They are out of the rescue phase and things. The challenges with the OR Tambo are water provision. The challenges that are there. Port St. John's is having a challenge administratively. The MM is not there. There's a position of a CFO that is vacant. There is some form of instability administratively. It's a municipality that we are looking further. Kumkani, Mhlondlo, it's challenged. There has been an assault on assets of the municipality. It's a municipality that is under investigation. So things are not well in as far as that municipality. KSD aspiring to be a metro, but there's a lot that needs to be attended. Lots of vandalism, theft of electricity, and all kinds of things that are putting. It has got a problem with human settlement, and it also it has got a problem of many government departments that are forcing the municipality to have unfunded mandates to do work that isn't supposed to be done. Sarah Parkman, we've got challenges with Blue Crane, the government municipality, Sundays River. These 3 municipalities, all of them are under Sarah Parkman. There's a challenge. Challenge of the audit outcome, challenge of the poor service delivery. All the locals in Sarah Parkman are WSAs and they are not performing fairly well as far as water and sanitation provision. Magana is a typical example that has been consistently having disclaimed and poor in as far as water provision is concerned. Thank you very much. I don't need to have 10 minutes.
Yeah, thank you very much. Welcome, Honorable Chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Contract, Dr. Mkhize. We did receive your apology. Where we are now, we received the remarks by the Premier, Acting Premier, and the Ntibangulu, the Honorable MSC Zola Williams, and then we received the remarks from COGTA, Honorable Williams, and then we're getting the presentation now from COGTA, the technical presentation from the staff. Now we're going to MSC Mvoko, Finance. So Treasurer will be making the presentation now, and I'll hand over to you then. Over to you, Honorable Mvoko. Thank you very much. Go. Justice raise ilizwi uyafana nabo ndine-disability ongeva according to wesi yena kuna.
Okay, Chair. I ngivile kawusi bayime into ingxaki yami soyivile. Okay, thank you very much. because we're going to make a presentation, I'm not going to take too much time so that I'll formal a clash. I'm just going to talk on three matters. The first one is that what the Honorable Acting Chairperson said in her opening remarks about unfunded budgets is true. And I know in our presentation we will touch on unfunded budgets and what Treasury is doing to make sure that the budgets are funded. We observed the underlying causes of this challenge. They remain largely structural. They remain largely structural to us. It has to do with the low revenue base, but also the low revenue collection in many of these municipalities. The arrear bulk accounts owed, particularly to ESCOM and the water bills, the high salary bills, and the non-cost reflective tariffs, and these two, the non-payment of ESCOM and water boards and to GWS, to us they become a sign that the municipality is in distress. So on the same goes to the financially distressed municipalities. We would find that the underlying causes are the same that lead to budgets that are unfunded. We do have some programs in trying to assist them in terms of governance, particularly on the audit outcomes. On the unauthorized, irregular, and fruitless and wasteful expenditure, the biggest challenge is you will find that our metros are the biggest contributors in this. If you look at Nelson Mandela, they're standing at 28 billion. If you look at Buffalo City at 11 billion. They are the biggest contributors to this, and this is where you have a capacity. I've raised it with them in their meetings. These two metros are supposed to have a capacity and they are supposed to perform, but unfortunately, when it comes to this, they become the biggest contributor. If I was going to present on grants, you would see also how far in terms of contributing to this. I want to conclude by saying in all our visits to the municipalities, we have quarterly visits to all districts and metros. When you talk to them and when they respond, it's like you are talking about different municipalities. And I'm sure you're going to experience that as well as you're going to line up municipalities. Your findings and the things that you're looking at and their responses are chalk and cheese. They have every reason and excuse not to perform. And they perform and they present them very eloquently. And you will come back the second quarter and they will give you every reason for them to underperform. The province has made measurable strides in improving municipal financial management and governance, but the return on investment is not always evident, especially in as far as the impact of service delivery and public confidence. This is an area that must talk about it to them because we want to make observations regarding service delivery, and this becomes the serious challenge in many of the municipalities. I would then allow for the presentations so I don't talk too much, Honorable Chairperson. Thank you very much.
Okay, so Mr. Can you just sensitize your team to send the report? We don't have the report. I've just been told by the acting.
Okay, who can they send it to? I thought they had sent it to you. Okay. My apologies for that, Chairperson.
Thank you very much. It's 10 minutes. You can start now. Make the presentation. Thank you.
Good morning once again to the chairperson, the honorable members of parliament and provincial legislature. All protocol has been observed. I have 10 minutes to make the presentation, and I will ensure that I deliver in 10 minutes. I will just pick up the key things in every slide, and I think Kokta has mentioned some of the things. We've already talked about the unfunded budget, but this one is just to list the municipalities with the unfunded budget, which is Amatoli, Amahlati, Inokim Kijima, Walter Sisulu, Dr. Bayes Nodia, Blue Crane, Makana, as well as Sunnis River. I think the chairperson had already alluded to those. And in terms of the financial distressed municipalities, we have those municipalities as being financial distressed, meaning that the cash to cost coverage ratio, it means if the municipality would not receive any money, how long will they be able to survive? And all of the municipalities up there, they will not be able to survive even a month, except for Isara Batman, which can survive for 1 month, as well as Amatole, which can survive for 3 months. Other than that, all other municipalities will not be able to survive even a month without any additional cash injection. And the interventions, I think we have spoken about the interventions, and Ukokta has gone into them into detail. And then in terms of the consequence management, it is clear that there is limited or minimal consequence management, because we see that by the ballooning of the irregular expenditure in the areas of procurement, grant implementation, as well as just the general compliance outlook. The slide up there, it is telling us about the conditional infrastructure grants performance. I want to note that the province has lost 170 million rands in terms of the conditional grants, and has had an additional allocation of 66 million rands in terms of the grant performance. In particular, when you look at Nelson Mandela Bay as well as Buffalo City, if you're looking there, you would notice that Nelson Mandela has lost about 397 million and has unspent grants of 174 million, of which it is subject to rollover. And you would notice that the Buffalo City has lost about 33.7 million and unspent grants of 11.2 million. And then this is an overview on the conditional infrastructure grants. You can see that in total, the province has lost 304 million and has had a reallocation of 176 million. So our reallocations are always less than the amount that we have spent, or that we have less than the amount that we have lost, and we need to work on that. And then when you look in the two metros in particular, you would see that they had unspent, which is Nelson Mandela had an unspent of 267 million and has lost 159 million, and that 267 million is subject to the rollover application with no guarantee that it will be rolled over to the next financial year. And in the second bullet there, it is the Buffalo City. You would see that they have lost 87 million and unspent of 125 million, which is subject to rollover application. And then the next slide there, it is in what I've just said, but then in graphs. And when it comes to the audit outcomes, Buffalo City Metro as well as Nelson Mandela, it has a concerning audit outcomes at qualifications, both of them, and with no sign of improvement. And when it comes to, because you would find a sign of improvement, and when it comes to, because you would find a sign of improvement, and when it comes to, because you you would find that they had not worked on them as much as they should have. So we have no assurance that they will improve in this financial year. When it comes to Alfrenzo District Municipality, you would notice that Alfrenzo has received a clean audit outcome in the previous year and had unqualified audit findings, with findings in the past 4 years. And as much as there is political, not really instability in terms of the municipal manager as well as the CFO vacancies, but we do hope that they will still remain having a clean audit, because the staff that we're doing the annual financial statements are still there and within the municipality. So there is a continuity. And when it comes to Amatole, Amatole has had an improved audit outcome from a disclaimer to a qualification, but even so, we are still concerned because of the areas of revenue as well as receivables, asset management as well as inventory. And Amatole District Municipality has changed systems. They were using SAP and now they are utilizing CCG. So data credibility, it's still an issue from migrating from one financial system to the other financial system. And then in Water Sisulu has had qualified audit opinion for the past 2 years, and the findings, they continue to reduce. Even so, during our assessment during the year, there were 3 findings where you would find that they might struggle to get out of the qualification, especially when it comes to the unallocated deposits. In the Krisani area, the districts, Emalahleni, Enoch, as well as Sakisizwe, they are comfortable at the qualification. I'm saying that because there has not been any improvement, they've been stagnant on the qualification, but we are hopeful that Krisani, Emalahleni, they will make it out of the qualification to the unqualified, while Dr. A.B. Puma and Inguba Temba are sitting at the unqualified with findings. Within the OR Tambo, the district itself, OR Tambo, it is one of the municipalities that we see an improvement on. It is one of the municipalities that we believe, even if it is this year or next year, it can be moved to a clean audit. There has been continuous improvements, and we can see the strides in those municipalities. Whereas in Hlonhlo as well as Port St. John's, unfortunately, we cannot vouch that there can be improvements. Hlonhlo, their buildings had burned. Some of their buildings within the municipality had burned, which then will give us a concern in terms of the availability of the supporting documents to their financial information. Because of that, there continues to be instability, where you find that there is no CFO, there is no MM. So with that, we cannot be assured that they will improve their financial status. And then when it comes to the Sarabatman region, we've got the 2 troubled children, Imakana and the Sinus River. Over the year, we did try to support them. Imakana has not responded well to the support, while we see that there are strides being taken in Sinus River Valley. Okay, I think I'll skip that one. It is just an overview in terms of the review of the annual financial statements. Maybe one thing that I can mention in that one is that of the fixed asset register, where you find that the municipalities, when you review them, the fixed asset register is not yet available. So if it is not available, you do get a concern on the quality that will be submitted to the Auditor General. And then in terms of the implementation of the Audit Action Plan, if you look there, we've got an orange bar, we've got a dark blue bar, we've got a green bar. The green bar being the completed audit findings, the dark blue bar being the completed and audited audit findings. You would find that then that in Buffalo City Municipality, 80% of their audit findings were still in progress, meaning that they were not completed. They only completed 20%, meaning that they will have recurring audit findings. In Nelson Mandela, 55% was not yet completed, meaning that the chances of having recurring audit findings, they are increasing. In terms of the irregular expenditure, the MEC has already alluded to it, but I just want to highlight AP Puma, which has managed to reduce its irregular expenditure by 100%, and also the strides that have been taken also by the Chris Sani to reduce its irregular expenditure. Other than that, irregular expenditure is continuing to ballooning in the province, affected mainly by Nelson Mandela, Buffalo City, as well as Amatoli. I must say that one of the reasons that this is continuing, it is because the procurement is not done according to the applicable regulations, but according to deviations. Almost every transaction is done through a deviation, and therefore that continues to balloon the irregular expenditure. I think I've stuck to my 10 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. However, the members of the Joint Oversight who are here did not have this presentation. I hope that it will be circulated to us as soon as possible. So in terms of what we have agreed when we're making amendment on our program, we then agreed that we'll have all these presentations. After the presentation, then we can then start with our engagement discussion. So we are going to have a discussion. It's now 3 minutes past 10. Our discussion will be for 15 minutes or 20 minutes. And then after that 20 minutes, we'll have a 5 minutes stretch break. Thereafter, we'll then start with the first municipality. So we're going to give each member 2 minutes for the engagement. So we'll start from the side of Honorable Mtetwa.
Thank you, Chair, and greetings.
Before you start, my apologies, Honorable Mtetwa. I must also indicate that, as we've indicated earlier, that the Chair will join us later. The Chair has arrived, is here with us. And we also have two of our members who have not yet introduced themselves, because when we were doing the introduction, they were not here. So they will introduce themselves as they ask the questions. You can continue.
Okay, greetings, Chair, Acting Chair, and the real Chair. And greetings to the leadership of the province, and greetings to members of the Portfolio Committee and Portfolio Committee in the legislature and officials. I'm glad I'm going to make this statement in Mandela Province because it came out of Kotesa. And the statement was saying the following: let's give these blacks political power, but keep them away from the economy. So when I look at the state of economy of our provinces, not just on the Eastern Cape, it's reflective of what exactly a statement that came out of Kotesa. So the problems you're having in the local government are as a result of a staged implosion of the state by those who control the economy. But let me move forward and observe the following. There is something that your reports are not saying, and it has been consistent from all the provinces we visited. When we give the state of the province, I don't know whether it is deliberate that the state of the economy in these provinces is being given. Because it is from the state of the economy, the performance of municipalities. I want to understand who controls the economy in this province. Because by the look of the non-performance of these municipalities, it says that these municipalities are servicing no one. Or if they do, they're servicing people who are not making an income. Because in local government management, there is what we call disposable income. It looks like your constituency have no disposable income, but you have a duty to give them services, and they are giving you nothing in return in terms of a rates collection. But then I'm asking the following that we need to do. Can we do a racial audit lifestyle of the constituency of your province, because you find that your province, your municipalities are not performing well. But if I can do a race-based lifestyle audit, you find some races are doing well in the same province which is said to be not doing well. What does that mean? It means, I've picked up that in Free State, there are racial groups that have moved from the grid system, meaning they are no longer being serviced by the municipalities, yet they still enjoy benefit of what comes out of the municipal services, but the monies are now hoarded, withheld. In Itra, Emadlangeni, where I come from, farmers, they take the money that they must take to the municipality and keep it in a legal account or trust account. So the money is not going to the municipality because they are boycotting and picketing certain services that they're demanding from the municipality, but they are not contributing equivalent to what they are asking from. And there is another one. You said the trucks that are moving chrome in some of the municipalities, in municipal finance, we have what we call user charge. So, meaning the one who uses the service must contribute equivalent to their benefit. In this case, you have trucks that are moving moving minerals, so they are destroying the roads by their constant use of those roads, and they expect the municipality to fix those roads, but they are not contributing equivalent to their usage. When you do traffic count of the movement of their truck is such that it is actually full of their trucks, but they are not contributing. And that is a reform that we must introduce in the municipal financial and user charge system. And that is what is going to bring money into you. But do observe the following, that the issue of economy is central, and you should be servicing. I'm asking myself about the ocean economy in the Eastern Cape. What's happening? Does that mean there is no more economic activities that are happening in the ocean? If they do, I can confirm that they are private. So my question is, you have privatized economy in the province, which doesn't contribute to the fiscus of government. If they do, they're contributing less than what they're getting. So it means they're misleading in terms of what they should be contributing. On those bases, I can say that...
As you wrap up?
As I wrap up, okay. I've also observed, I heard Chair saying that the relationship with our traditional leaders. Let me confirm it here. We have two parallel systems. Traditional leaders are a system, local government is a system. Traditional leaders are regulated by Chapter 12, and local government is regulated by Chapter 7. And these two don't harmonize because they are competing for jurisdiction. The jurisdiction which municipality is claiming is their jurisdiction. It is the same jurisdiction that belongs to the traditional leadership institution. But the traditional leadership institution is not integrated into the local government system. And we confirm that in 30 years.
Thank you. Honorable Member. Honorable Mwali.
Thank you so much, Chair. I want to check with MEC Finance. Do you have any municipality that you've withheld equitable share grants as a result of non-performance and not spending the grants during the year? So if there's any, can you please give us names of those municipalities and maybe some few reasons as to why were the grants or equitable share withheld by Treasury? Because this then goes back to say non-performance of those who are charged with the responsibility of performing or of running these municipalities. It goes back to bite the people who are recipients of the services from the municipality. If you withhold a grant from a municipality as a result of non-performance, who is going to be bearing the cost of not getting that grant? If the people are supposed to be getting a service from the municipality, right? Speaks to the fact that this non-performance, then it doesn't only hit those people who are running the municipalities, but it hits the very people who are supposed to be serviced by the municipality. So I really want to get a picture as to say these are the municipalities that have not performed well and we've withheld some grants from them. Thank you. Number two, Chair MEC Cocta, I was following the presentation there. At least if we had seen it before that.
So my name is Tebo Kolitsie. I am a member of Parliament, Higher Education and Training, and I have the pleasure of being the chair. So we're going to introduce ourselves, so just have the mic. Start with you, Honorable Mrs. I'm beginning to go slow. Nasendlini yonke nokubonga abaholi abakhona be-institution be-college. Igama lami ngumnqobo kaMsezane. Ngiphuma khona kule province. Ngithunywe umkhonto wesizwe ogwazayo eParliament eSouth Africa. Yabo.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, colleagues. Good morning, officials of the institution and the department. My name is Sisengubane. I'm a member of this portfolio committee. Thank you.
Sanibonani, igama lami ngiwuyanga Govana, ngilungu lale committee.
Ke modula setulo go dumedisa maduma a karetsa kaofela. Lebitso la ka ke Karabo Lorato Gagao, and I am a member of this committee.
Dumelang bagaetso, leina la ka ke Gaolatlhe Sefane ke Gabo, ke leloko le letletseng la Committee ena Education and Training. Leboga.
Madume bagolo ka leina ke Sedukano Tsebolo, ke leloko la Committee e kgolo e kgethegileng ya Higher Education.
Tobela, Lina Nakaki Mampaho Mudiva, Committee Contact Advice.
Good morning, everyone. Agnetha Ardense, the researcher for this committee.
Dabulisa bohlalo nendlu yonke ngokubanzi igama lami nguThando Xolo Potomani. I'm a committee assistant.
Good morning. I'm Sinovuyo Chamela. I'm from Broadcasting in Parliament.
Good morning, honorable members. Good morning, everyone. My name is Annelika Pingis. I'm the Committee Secretary.
From DHET Communications Unit. From Communications, I'm the Principal Communication Officer.
Usizo usihlalo wene hawo la eCommittee.
Bafowethu sanibonani. DS Njangase unobhala kunehawu ecollege.
Asibingelela yonke. Ulindana Debe, uhlala wasathu region. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair, Portfolio Committee and the Department. My name is Unombali Mncwabe. I'm the PLO in Deputy Minister's Office. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Chairperson, Rataman Banda, Deputy Director for Infrastructure Support at the DHET National Office. Thank you.
Good morning, Chairperson and honorable members. My name is Themba Msipa, the Chief Director for TVET Colleges Systems Planning and Institutional Support.
Good morning, Chairperson, honorable members, colleagues. My name is Sandile. My surname is Tamane, the Director of Labor Relations at Head Office, Higher Education and Training.
Good morning, Chair, members, colleagues. Lungisa Sishi, Senior Manager for TVET Support at NSFAS.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, members, DDG. I am Sivuile Chiula, Acting Senior Manager, Student Accommodation at NSFAS.
Good morning, Chair and honorable members. My name is Kayan Dima. I am the
Operations Manager at NSFAS.
Good morning, Chair, honorable members. My name is Chiriwari Mkondoleli. I'm the Senior Manager responsible for university support at NSFAS. Thank you.
Ngelela malungu Parliament ahloniphekile. Igama lami ngomfihlakalo ngwakamabuya Police Bongo. Ngilungu lesigungu sasemvolozi. Ngiyabonga.
Good morning, Chair, honorable members in the House at large. My name is Advocate President Sindane, a council member.
Good morning, Chair, honorable members. My name is Jabulan Sitole, council member, Velocity at College.
Good morning, colleagues. My name is Ndumiso Machozi, acting principal, acting deputy principal, academic services.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning to the members of the Portfolio Committee. Good morning to the DDG and the Regional Manager. I'm Kawe Mtiani, the Deputy Principal Finance.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, members of the Parliamentary Committee, DDG, our Regional Manager. I'm Elsie Victoria, the Deputy Principal Innovation of Umfolozi.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, honorable members. All protocol observed. My name is Helen Nduli. I'm from Department of Education and Training, the branch coordinator in the TVET branch.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, honorable members, DDG, and all DHT officials. My name is Nkosinati Mkhulu, acting regional manager, KwaZulu-Natal.
Good morning, honorable Chair and honorable members. Let me also extend greetings to all the DHT officials, the Chair of Council, the Principal and the management of the college, as well as the student leadership that is here, and our social partners that are here. Good morning to all of you. My name is Sam Zungu. I'm the Deputy Director General responsible for the TVET branch in the Department of Higher Education and Training in the Republic of South Africa. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, members. I am Deline Munsami, Deputy Chairperson of Council.
Good morning, Honorable Chair. Good morning, honorable members, the head officials, the members of the college and its social partners. My name is Lolile Ngubane. I am the chairperson of council. Thank you, Chair.
Good morning, Chair, and honorable members, DDG, and the members of the department. My name is Tamin Malo, the acting principal of Umfolozi College. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, honorable members. My name is David.M, the Parliamentary Liaison Officer in the Office of the DG. Thank you. The President General of the SRC at Umfolozi College.
I think everybody has introduced them. but we'll do a walkabout as quickly as possible. I don't know how big the area is, the one that you have planned for us, but at least within an hour 30 at most, if we're going to walk far, we should be back here. So you let us know where we're going and then we'll take it.
Some of the buildings are very far. I would suggest that we even use vehicles. We're supposed to go to the admin first, then move to agriculture, and then go to block C, block X, then the simulation room, then the workshop. I'm not sure because I'm told it should be within an hour. I do believe that even if we are there, maybe we limit time so that we can be able to come back. The students' residents are very far also. We have to use the vehicles and then come back. But those that are still fit can walk. Thank you. Admin block is the first block down. Thank you.
Can our people live on their backs? Are they going to be safe?
Thanks, Chair. I wanted to propose that we start actually reviewing this week so we're able to, because I think it's quite critical that we got the conditions in the day-to-day incidents, given the fact that we've been confronted with many of them. I think now colleges, so I think that we go there and we can decide things.
So the suggestion is that we start far, then we come closer. We'll end at the admin block. It's the nearest one. Admin block is the nearest one. So let's start with the federal.